Okay, so this is the last poem of your 11th standard, The Planners. Okay, so the name of the poet boy boy Kim Chang. Okay, and he was born in 1965, right? He was born in 1965, and he is a Singapore-born Australian poet. What it means? He born in Singapore, and he is an Australian poet. Clear? And he is a Chinese descent. Okay, descent is nothing but he is originating from Chinese, and he born in Singapore, and he I think so he became is Australian poet because he went to the Australia like this, and he is widely regarded as one of the most promising Singapore poet to emerge in the 1990s. So he's very famous. He's one of the most promising poet, emerging poet in the period of 1990s. He has published the four collection of poetry. Okay, he has published the four collection of poetry for his artistic achievement. Okay, and for his artistic achievement, he received the National Art Council Young Artist Award in 1996. So basically, he is a poet and he is an artist also, and he got an award also in 1996 of art. And he taught for 13 years at the University of Newcastle in Australia. So he had a very well experience in Newcastle in Australia. 5 मिनट बाद Newcastle in Australia, right? So here we can say that in 2016 in 2016 he joined he joined the Nanyang Technological University as an associate professor, okay, at its School of Humanities, and is currently the head of English department. Okay. Huh. Huh. So we can say that basically he is a Singapore poet. Okay, he is a Singapore poet. He born in Singapore, and he was an Australian poet. Okay, and he got a artistic achievement in 1996, and he has published the four collection of poems, and okay, and he was a professor also. He taught 13 years in the University of Australia, and then he joined the Nanyang University Technological University as an associate professor, and at School of Humanities, and now he is the head of English department, and he is the co-editor of the anthology Contemporary Asian Australian Poet. Anthology is nothing but a book which is related to the poetry, okay, which is published in 2014. The boys' work are highly regarded by both the academic and writing communities in Singapore. Okay, so basically his works are highly regarded both academic also the and writing communities also, which means that whatever he is writing is not only for academic people, it is also for the general people which are living in the communities, right? So the poet begins the poem by stating what the planners do. Okay, the poet when the poet will start, so it begins and stating is nothing but it begins by saying that what the planners do. So here basically we need to focus on what planners are nothing but the people who are constructing. Okay, the people who are constructing, they are the planners. Okay, the people who are doing construction, changing the area, right? So in the beginning of the poem we will get to know that what the planners do, and as the poem move ahead we come to know how the planners achieve what they aim for. First we will understand that what the planners actually do and how the planners move ahead. Okay, and towards the end of the poem the poet depicts So in the end of the poem, the poet depicts how the planning has affected the poet. First, we will understand what the planners do, and how they proceed further, what they achieve for, like we will try and understand what the poet aim from, how they are achieving, and in the end of the poem we will understand that how this particular poem affect him. Okay, how this planning has affected the poet, whatever planning has affected the poem, right? The boy Kim Chang is talking about the fast developing modern Singapore. So he is actually talking about the fast developing modern Singapore. And if I talk about the Singapore is like this. Okay, you can see it very nicely. What is exactly the Singapore? Singapore is looking like this. This is the Singapore, right? This is nothing but a Singapore. Okay, clear? This is the Singapore. So see how much it is developed. Okay, so the word is talking about that because of the planners have planned, and the poet is affected in the poem, right? And at last, the boy Kim Chang is talking about the first developing modern Singapore, and he laments on the loss of human element in the surrounding. He is actually putting more effort, like there is a loss of human element in the surrounding. He becomes nostalgic about his bonding with the old city. Nostalgic is nothing but he is just holding himself back to the old city, and we all can hear the echoes of his words in our own heart. And when we come across such modernization around us, so whenever in our city and wherever we are living, and such kind of modernization is taking place in our area, so we can hear her hear his word in our own heart. Okay, we may sympathize with the poet when he declares at the end of the poem that harsh reality of the modernization have numbed his heart. So we will going to sympathize in this poem when the poet hearts are numb. Okay, when the poet says his hearts are numb because of such modernization, so we will sympathize it. This is the free verse form of poem is suitable to the free expression of the poet feeling. So basically this is the free verse, and the poet are explaining about the feeling of the poem. That's it. Clear, everyone? Let's go to the poem. So here, whatever we will see, they who they are specifically, they are the construction people who are planner, who are changing the area. Clear? They plan, they build. Okay, they plan, they build. All spaces are graded. The first line means that these people will plan, they build something, and all the places are graded, filled with the permutation of possibilities. So permutation is nothing but a set of things. So they plan. So the poet is saying that they plan, they build, and they means what? They means the planners, the construction worker, the policy maker, the changer. Okay, they plan, they build. All the things are permutation possibilities. The buildings are in alignment with the roads. Okay, the buildings are alignment with the roads, which means that align means nothing but the one by one. So the buildings are aligned with the roads which meet at desired point. Clear? So in the third and fourth line they are explaining that the buildings are one by one aligned, and they meet at the desired point. Okay, so the poet is saying that the planners will plan, they will build in a permutation manner, in a set of order, and the buildings are aligned and they meet at the desired point, right? And then and these buildings are linked by bridges all hang in the grace of mathematics. There is a bridge are there, and this bridge are made with the help of with the grace of mathematics. Even the sea draws back and the skies surrender. So these people are making, they are building, they are changing the old city into new city. So here the nature also draws themselves. Okay, so the sea draws back from there, and the skies are surrendering them, like what you are making, right? Not bothering about us, not bothering about the nature. They are just building. Okay, they erase the flaws. Okay, flaws is nothing but the beautiness and the blemish of the past. They erase the flaws and the very very beautiful of the past and knocked off. Okay, because they are making a new city, so because of that they are erasing. Okay, erasing the beautifulness, the nature, the environment, the ecology has totally erased. It's totally knocked off. Useless blocks with the dental dexterity. All gaps. So here the poet is giving example of the teeth. So there are useless blocks with the dental dexterity. All gaps are plugged with a gleaming gold. The country wears the perfect row of shining teeth. So here the poet is giving example of the teeth, right? So he is saying that the this city, the Singapore city, what he is looking, how it is changing, it is looking like a teeth. Okay, all the real teeth are plucked off, and they put it the new shining gold teeth. So he is saying that the scenery is like this. All the real things they are removed, and they have put it the shining gold thing, which is fake. Okay, which is gleaming. Anesthesia, amnesia, and hypnosis. Anesthesia means it is a state of control and temporary loss sensation of awareness. So amnesia, right? They have the means. So basically, amnesia, inability to remember the past events for a period of time, a trance like. So basically, these people, the poet is saying that they are in anesthesia. They have taken anesthesia. They are in amnesia. They are hypothesis. Okay, these people are these three things. They are numb, they don't know what is happening, they don't know about the past, they are just building there, they are just building what they want to build, and they have the means, they have the means to change, they have it also, it will not hurt. Okay, so they have the means, they have it also, because it will not hurt. So the history is new again. So they are creating the history. Okay, this piling will not stop. Piling means this work will not stop. They are continuously working. The drilling goes right through the fossils of the last century. They are creating a building, and this drilling are goes to the last century of the fossils are nothing but inside the strait, but my inside the land, but my heart would not bleed poetry. Now my heart will not going to bleed a single kind of poetry, not a single drop to stain the blueprint of our past tomorrow. So now I'm totally upset because of, so the poet is saying that he is totally upset because of construction, so he is not going to write anything now. He there is no single drop of stain, he is going to put the blueprint. Okay, blueprint of our past tomorrow. Okay, now we need to stop here.